my name's El Pavey, this is Brake Magazine, and you're watching Minitip Monday.
What about me? I'm Neil. I like to party.
This is Neil. You might recognise him from such films as Wheeling Down the Beach, or wheeling a bicycle around Melbourne. He's really good at wheelies. Now, we've had an unbelievable amount of requests. Inundated with the same request each week for Minitip Monday. Can you teach us how to wheelie? And the answer is yes, but we're terrified to.
True story.
I think we're all terrified too because Yeah, well, you get the point. We came up with a plan to deal with the fact that it's a complex thing to learn to wheelie. It takes a lot of time and a lot of experience. And then I brought Neil in because, quite frankly, I am awful at wheelies. Terrible at wheelies. I don't really know what I'm doing. So this guy could wheelie anything.
Anything with two wheels, I'd say, but whatever.
Anything.
I'm not.
But anyway, the point is that from Neil's perspective, there's a really large amount of progression required to learn to wheelie well. And that starts with a bicycle. So the whole point of this Minitip Monday is that it's actually a 3-part series, and we're going to go from learning to wheelie a bicycle over 3 weeks to the point where, in theory, you should be able to
wheelie
an adventure bike with control.
Yeah.
And because I can't wheelie very well at all, I'm also going to take part in this challenge. It will be part of our Brake Life series. We're going to vlog it. I'm going to basically do what Neil tells me to do for 3 weeks, which is a horrible thought.
So firstly, bit of bike setup. We need to cover the brake. Get comfortable with the brake. We've talked about it in previous mini tips. 2 fingers on the controls, exactly the same. We need to be able to use the brake because that is our safety on this. On a bicycle, the back brake's a safety. On the adventure bike, the clutch is a safety. We're going to go into that in the next few weeks. So the next point is just to get happy with the balancing point of the bike you're riding. Now, to get that balancing point, on a mountain bike, it's not very far. Too far back, you're going over the back. Too far forward, and then you have to pedal really hard to keep it up. So we need to get just on our 2 feet off the bike, just get used to that balancing point. It's in that range there. Safety first aid last. The next thing is the power stroke. Now the power stroke is when your dominant foot is on the top of the pedal, and that is going to be the force to pedal to get the front wheel up. Timed with pulling up with your hands on the handlebars, that is your power stroke and the timing. So once we've had a play static and having a feel for the balance point of the bike and getting a feel for compressing the suspension or just compressing your arms to ready to pull, it's the next step, the run up. So the run up, it's got to be slow and methodical. You do have to get your feet right on the foot pegs, on the pedals, and the timing of where you want to start the wheelie and the gear you're in. A low gear, not the lowest, because then you'll start pedaling really fast. Not the highest, because then it'd be really hard to pedal. So you need to be in the middle kind of gear. Then it's all about the timing. You've got to time the pedal stroke, which is the power stroke, with your compression of the forks and your pull. So that is the timing part, and that is critical, because that gives you the boost to get up on the back wheel and get into as far back as you can. Getting that feel, it feels a lot further back than you think you need to be, but that's the sweet spot. So once you're up, then you have to maintain the pressure with your feet on the foot pegs, the pedals. Keep saying that. We will go on a motorbike soon. On the pedals. So it's not as much as the initial power stroke, but you are maintaining that speed. Your arms are quite straight then. You're locked out and you're in a nice laid back position, and it should be relaxed, pedaling nice and smoothly. Once you're up in the wheelie position, on the balancing point, now you've got to maintain it. Now I maintain it on a bicycle with the back brake. It's a fine line between dragging it too far and getting the front down, or not getting it enough and going off the back. So you have to start getting really good, a little bit of finesse on that back brake, really smooth. So whilst you're doing all this, your head's up, you're looking where you're going. Exactly what we've said before on our mini tips. Your head is very important. Keep looking up, keep looking where you're going. Looking down, your front wheel's gonna end going down, or you're just gonna veer off to one side. If you find yourself going left or right too much, that means you're a little bit too aggressive on one stroke of your pedal. You've got to be very smooth.
I fear no evil when when she's around. Fear no loss, love.
So if you like this video and you want to join in with this little challenge, hit that like button, drop a comment down below. Over the course of the week, maybe on next week's one, put some photos down of you learning it.
Show us how it goes.
Get your mates involved. If you can't do wheelies, if you can do wheelies, please don't mock me that hard. It's a little bit embarrassing. I had to come out and admit my my failings there. And otherwise, guys, remember,
I can't do it in time. I'm going to wait for him.
life's better when you're riding.
Remember, guys, life's better when you're riding.